There's a lot of talk these days about electric cars. They're sleek, they're quick, they're silent. A bit too silent, if you ask me. And every week someone asks me, so are you getting an EV yet? And every week I give the same answer, eventually, but not yet, not for the moment. Because here's the thing, I quite like a car that sounds like a car. I'm not ready for something that hums quietly like a very patient washing machine. When I press the start button, I still want a little drama. Maybe a grumble, maybe a cough, maybe a gentle reminder that pistons are doing something vaguely heroic under the bonnet. My friend's Tesla starts with all the emotional expression of a smartphone waking up from a nap. Is it efficient? Absolutely. Is it thrilling? Only if your definition of excitement is watching a battery percentage climb. Another reason I'm holding off is that I know myself far too well. If I owned an EV today, I'd be checking the range every 8 minutes. I'd become the kind of person who says things like, we can go to the shops, but only if we turn the heater off and drive like a monk. Some people get range anxiety. I'd get range melodrama. And then there's charging. I know it's improving. I know by the time I do buy an EV, it'll probably be seamless. But right now, I still enjoy the simplicity of filling up a tank in 90 seconds. Meanwhile, my friend with a Nissan Leaf spends his life sizing up car parks, like he's hunting for rare Pokemon. Oh look, a charger. Oh wait, it's broken. Oh wait, someone parked a diesel in the space. Oh wait, the charger works, but only when the moon is in the correct phase. I'm not emotionally ready for that kind of quest-based motoring. And then there's just the honesty of it. I like old cars. I like the smells. I like the quirks. I like turning a key instead of pressing a button that makes the dashboard light up like a Christmas tree. When I drive my old Porsche or even a scruffy 90s hatchback, there's a sense of connection, a little mechanical handshake between me and the machine. It's messy, imperfect, wonderfully analog. EVs are brilliant at many things, but messy and imperfect is not their design philosophy. Don't get me wrong, electrics are impressive. The Taycan is basically a spaceship that decided to go to Tesco. The Kia EV6 looks like it was designed by someone who loves triangles. And the Tesla Model 3, well, it's a very efficient way to feel like you're driving a minimalist Scandinavian cupboard. One day I'll get one. I genuinely believe electric cars will be part of my future. But for the moment, just for the moment, I'm staying with the rumbling, slightly leaky, occasionally dramatic world of classic and combustion powered cars, not because EVs are bad, but because I'm not quite ready to give up the noise, the character, and, if I'm being honest, the joy of a car that communicates constantly, even if some of that communication is help. My gasket's gone again. So yes, I'll join the electric revolution eventually. But right now, I'm enjoying the long, noisy goodbye. There's a strange calm that lives inside every classic car. It's not obvious at first. In fact, it's often hidden beneath rattles, warm oil smells, and the quiet suspicion that something electrical might be having a bad day. But once you spend enough time with an old car, you start to notice it, a kind of calm you don't really find anywhere else. Modern cars are very good at helping you forget you're driving. They insulate you, smooth everything out, and quietly take control, which is impressive, but it also means your mind stays busy elsewhere. In a classic car, that doesn't happen. Whether it's an old Porsche, a slightly dramatic Alfa, or a charmingly unpredictable Citroën, the car keeps you present. You feel the road through the wheel. You hear the engine thinking out loud. You're part of the process. And that's where the calm starts, because when you're paying attention to something real and mechanical, your thoughts stop racing ahead. You're not worrying about tomorrow's to-do list while guiding an old BMW through a corner or waiting for a carburetted engine to warm up properly. The car gently insists that you stay right here, not in a forceful way, just enough to bring you back. There's also comfort in the honesty of it all. Classic cars don't pretend to be perfect. A Land Rover will tell you exactly how it feels about potholes. A classic Mini will remind you that speed is optional and enthusiasm is not. Even something elegant like a Jaguar has no problem letting you know when it's had enough for the day, and somehow that honesty is soothing. You stop expecting perfection, you stop rushing, you adapt, and then there's the pace. Old cars move through the world differently, they're not in a hurry, and once you accept that, neither are you. You take longer routes, you leave earlier, you arrive calmer. Even a short drive starts to feel like a small event rather than a task to be completed. It's funny, we often talk about classic cars as stressful, temperamental things, and yes, they can be, but inside that unpredictability is a kind of quiet agreement. If you treat the car gently, it will do the same for you. It teaches you to listen, to ease off, to respond rather than react. So maybe the calm inside a classic car isn't something built into the dashboard or hidden under the bonnet. Maybe it's what happens when a machine slows you down just enough to notice where you are, what you're doing, and how good it feels to be fully there. And in a world that's always rushing forward, that kind of calm is quietly priceless. This car comes from a fascinating era in automotive history, an era before reliability was invented, not discovered, not perfected, invented. Back then, manufacturers weren't asking, will this start every morning for 10 years? They were asking far more important questions like, does it feel alive? Does it sound interesting? And can we make this with slightly thinner metal to save a few francs? And honestly, I respect that. I am not talking about a specific car. I am talking about cars from this period, whether it's a Citroën, an Alfa Romeo, a Triumph, or something equally optimistic. These cars were built with a very different philosophy. They weren't designed to be invisible appliances, they were experiences. Occasionally unforgettable ones, occasionally unforgettable for the wrong reason. You see, modern cars are very good at not involving you. They isolate you from noise, vibration, effort, and responsibility. Old cars do the opposite. They involve you in everything. Every vibration is feedback, every smell is information, every new noise is a conversation starter. Take a French classic, for example. A DS21 doesn't break down, it expresses itself. The suspension isn't leaking, it's redistributing hydraulic enthusiasm. The electrics aren't faulty, they're simply having a philosophical disagreement. British cars, of course, have their own charm. A Triumph or an MG doesn't fail. It reminds you that optimism is an essential part of ownership. You don't turn the key expecting certainty, you turn it hoping today is a good day. And when it starts, you feel like you've earned it. Italian cars are even more honest. An Alfa will tell you exactly how it's feeling, usually loudly and at high revs. It may not be reliable, but it will be passionate about it. And if something does fall off, you're almost impressed it stayed on for this long. The thing is, these cars were built before reliability became the goal. Back then, character came first. Engineering was brave, sometimes reckless, occasionally brilliant, and only loosely concerned with the future owner's sanity. And yet, this is the important bit, we forgive them. We forgive the cold starts that feel like negotiations. We forgive the warning lights that don't really warn you of anything. We forgive the way a simple drive somehow becomes a story, because when a car demands a bit of patience, it gives something back. It slows you down, it makes you pay attention, it turns driving into participation rather than transport. You don't just arrive somewhere, you experience the getting there. So yes, this car was built before reliability was invented, but it was built after charm, personality, and joy had already been perfected. And sometimes that's a trade-off worth making.